be looking like from a bird's eye view. We also have plans dated July 2015 of the proposed living space on one page, what the proposed front and sides and back of the building would be proposed to look like. And so if the applicants would like to come forward and talk about their application, we'd be happy to listen to it.
Hello.
Oh, and anybody speaking tonight, if they will state their name and their address so that everybody can hear it, because we do keep a record of this, that would be appreciated.
Especially important for those streaming it.
Right, I know.
That's a lot.
Do I push, is it on?
It's on.
Oh, okay. Elizabeth Best, 51 Park Street, Milton. And I am Carrie Murray. I am the architect that's working with
And what was that name again?
Carrie Murray,
Murray.
Murray.
And Carrie, K-E-R-R.
R-I.
Okay. Glad I asked. Okay.
So our request is twofold. The house is pre-existing non-conforming for the first reason being that the front yard setback doesn't meet the 25 feet. So the portico that they would like to put onto the front of the house would violate that 25 feet. However, it would remain within the existing front landing entryway that is already there. It's really just a covered part of the entryway. It will not extend out any further into the non-conforming space, so it shouldn't be any more detrimental to what is already there. So there's that first request for that to be approved. The second request is for the three-season screened porch. There's a little deviation from the plot plan that was submitted in that the dimensions that it shows says that the proposed porch would be about 24 feet 1 inch from the front yard line. However, the plan drawings, just the plot survey hadn't been fully updated to reflect it, will actually meet the 25 feet. So we won't encroach on that 25-foot setback for that front yard. So that as it's drawn on the plans, we will not violate that. So for the three-season porch, we're actually only asking for a variance in the side yard setback. Mm-hmm. We would be asking for about 3 feet 6 inches of relief to make the three-season porch functionable. It would allow it would still be 8 feet 6 inches from the property line, and it would meet the 25-foot minimum from a structure, the next nearest structure. So the neighbor to their right is much further than 25 feet away. So we would be asking for that relief. We are going to design it so that it's in keeping with the style of the house, very traditional in the neighborhood to find three-season porches, and that it's a desirable programmatic feature for people in the town. This three-season porch. So that's the request, and we can answer any.
Okay, thank you very much. So my understanding then is that it would, instead of a 10.28 by 22.27, it would be.
Yeah, it's actually going to be a true 10-foot by 20-foot rectangle. It'll be 200 square feet. So it'll come in, 2 feet off the side of either of the front and back of the house, and therefore it will meet the front setback. So we will not encroach on the front setback. And then, the 2.8 inches will not happen. It will just be a true 10 feet. So.
Okay. Okay, so we're looking at a 10 by 20.
Yes.
Okay. Do any of my colleagues have some questions?
I do.
Oh, go ahead, Manny.
I'll tell you why you reminded me of you. The first question I had when I read this It's a pre-existing non-conforming structure, so why are we not under section 4, looking for a special permit?
Special
And I think
permit,
we
yeah.
had this conversation maybe 5 years ago.
More than that. More than that.
More than that, eh? Well, but
I
anyway,
think we've done this one before, you know?
this very well.
Yeah. Not this, but this.
Question I had for you, so just so I understand, so the
Yep.
three-season porch will be 10 by 20, exactly 25 feet from the front
Yeah.
setback. So you will not encroach on that. And the portico, currently it's open, right? Is it just stairs?
It is, and we can show you, do you have the 3D?
Actually, I drove
I
by.
mean,
That was the crazy parking lot.
it is, I mean, this is essentially what we would be doing, but right here, it would just be the covered portion, so if you just imagine it not being there is what it looks like now.
Thank you. So, all right, so currently it's just 3 steps coming onto the
Yeah.
front door, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna put a structure around a covered,
Not enclosed, we would do 2 columns, and it's really like a roof, so it's not really like an
Non-enclosed.
enclosed entry.
therefore the portico. Got it.
Right.
Understood. No more
It's
questions.
just to kind of protect, I guess, from rain,
Yeah.
visitors coming to the door.
So it's still following the same footprint, in no way projects further in any direction? Okay.
No, it really is just gonna be built to kind of provide a little bit of shelter for those who come to the door. It does, add a little bit of character to the front of the house, but it's functional in its
We love
intent.
porticos.
Excuse me.
Did you speak to your neighbors? And what do they say?
Right.
The person on the, so if you're looking at the house on the right,
Yes, the Donovans, yep, we were just there before we came here.
and how about on the left?
Great as well, and behind us, and
Yeah.
across the street.
So how much space is between the, how much space will be between the edge of the front porch and the property line?
So it's actually 23 feet, 1 inch. To the face of the front of the house. And it comes out about 4 feet. So, roughly 20 feet, is you're gonna just keep in line with the landing that's there.
Hang on a sec.
So the house, the exterior line's about 23 feet from?
23 feet, 1 inch.
That's right.
Which is, the thing though, is that on the street, which I apologize, I don't really have other pictures of the neighborhood, but the frontage of their house is in line with everything that's going down the street. So all of the other homes are in the same situation. So when you're on the street, it doesn't actually look like they're any closer to the street, mainly because all of the other houses fall in the same line. A lot of the houses on the street have porticos, so it's, kind of typical and common to see a portico on that street, even on homes that are a little bit closer than the 25 feet to the street.
My question was on the side. It's 8 feet.
Oh, on the side. So from,
8 feet?
it would be a little bit over 8 feet,
Yeah.
yes.
And with the landscaping improvements on the side, you used to walk all the way around the house?
Yes, so currently, there's very large evergreens that are kind of in that area, and so there is actually like a little pocket there that you can walk through, that this would kind of fall right within, that you could still walk through with to preserve these trees. They should be fine in terms of how high they are in comparison to where the roof line's going to fall. So there really shouldn't be a lot of anything done to the existing foliage that's in the area. And then from the end of that house to the next property line is well over 25 feet.
Yeah. And on the porch, is there a foundation?
There's going to be sonotubes. So we're just going to pour a few, try to be minimal in it. It's kind of low in how it is to the ground, so, they might put a little bit of lattice to, keep animals out and stuff, but the deck is going to be quite close to the ground, kind of keep it low, tucked back, and
And it'll be windows?
it's going to be a screened-in porch.
Only
so
screened.
It's only screens. It's really like a railing.
So it's a one-season porch?
Well, well,
Depends.
You're gonna get two out of that?
Yeah, it depends on, the stuff
We
you
need
wear
summer
and
and football
how much
season.
you
Football
like
season.
being inside.
Only screened?
Yeah,
screens,
screens, yeah.
Okay. I don't have any. And when you finish with it, it's going to look like it was built that way, right?
It
It's
is.
all uniform color, uniform
Yes,
construction.
and actually, so they're also, the house is clad in wood.
Yeah.
They're working right now to repaint the wood white. They're gonna put on some black shutters. This is all gonna tie in. They're getting their, parts of their roof redone. So
Yeah.
in the end, it's actually gonna look really beautiful. The whole house will look as though it was done at once and together and very homogeneous.
Great. I have no more questions.
Just one point of clarification.
Yes.
It's small, but did you say 8.6? Because the
4.
plot plan says 4, 8.4.
The plot, well, because it's not really 10.28 feet, I think that's where like sort of those little
That's
inches will make the difference. So we're really gonna tuck it as far, away from the property line, as we can. And really, if we just get to 10 feet, it'll be sufficient for their needs. And then get us the 8 foot 6 inches.
I guess that goes the other way. In here, they say 10.28. You're actually making it only 10. So how do you get closer to the
No, we're
property?
going closer to the house, so we're gonna go further away from the property line. So if it's only 10, if it's not 10.2, then it'll become 8.6, because you're gonna go,
Got it. No more questions.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor of this application? And is there anyone who has questions of the applicant or would like to speak against this application? And we have nobody. I think we should perhaps talk about if we need to write this as a permit.
I think you're probably okay because two things going on here, right? You're increasing the nonconformity, but it's a new structure, it's a new element, but you also got a brand-new element here that doesn't have a problem. So I get what Manny says, and I think technically that may be correct, and you'd have a special
one
permit
piece
and a
of it.
variance, but I think the variance is appropriate, and I think we've done it many times before.
I think so, too.
You feel like that, okay.
In fact-
As do
In fact,
I.
as I read it, I remember us having this conversation
Okay.
years ago.
Having had it
We're a
brought
lot
up,
older
I
than
thought
we
we
were
should,
then. We're younger than we were then.
I thought we should perhaps have it on the record how we
Yeah, that's-
resolve that.
I think this makes sense as a variance.
I think Leonard's in trouble, is what I'm saying, what I'm thinking. That's what I think.
Okay, I'm going to close the evidentiary part of this hearing, and we're going to discuss how we feel like we're going to vote on this. And Manny, would you like to give your opinion?
Thank you. Very well presented, succinct, to the point. I think this is, the neighbors are all in favor. It's not there's no further encroachment, I should say, into the front yard setback. I mean, the steps are already there, and we're being represented that the portico will basically cover it, but not protrude any further into it. I think that the side porch, not a major intrusion, or in light of the fact that there are no objections, and I would be inclined to vote in favor.
Thank you.
I agree.
Well, I do too. So we're going to have a formal vote right now. All those in favor of the application as amended with the 20 by 10 screen porch, say aye.
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 Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've got it. It's going to take us a little bit of time to write this up and have it circulated so that we can all sign it. At that point, it gets filed with the town clerk, and then there is an appeal period. Even though nobody's here, there's an appeal period of
21.
20
yes, 20 days, and so it's probably not worth pulling a permit before then? Probably can't pull a permit before then, but there might be some work that you get started on as far as that is not at your peril if something does happen, like an appeal, which is unlikely, of course. Talk to Mary about it. You would also want to file this with the Norfolk County Registry of Deeds so that everybody knows that you have this, and nobody can question your right to have this new part of your house on. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
I'll take this, Jenny.
Okay.
Do you want to keep the pictures?
You know, you've given them to us, so they're actually part of the record now. I was wondering what you were going to do with them
We have
if you
them
didn't
right
give
now.
them to us. Yeah,
They were all supposed to be submitted anyway.
yeah, okay. I was wondering about that, but since we were on, we'll go home, okay?
Yeah, I mean, there's some other ones if you need them.
Manny's going to go take a few on his way home.
They're
Thank
gonna call
you
the
very
cops
much.
next time I go by.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Gee, we finished 4 minutes late. I don't know. We need to talk faster, huh?
Chairwoman is guest.
Mr. Kelly waits.
So we'll move on to our second hearing, which is upon the application of Michael and Teresa Kelly, dated August 3rd, 2016, for a special permit from the terms of Section 3A9 of Chapter 10 of the Milton zoning bylaw. The applicants would like to renew an expired special permit for a temporary apartment in their single-family home located at 132 Whittier Road in Milton. The property is located in Residence A zoning district. What we also have as well in the application is the actual application. We have the rejection letter of that. Wait a minute, do we? No, we don't. We have the decision of the Board of Appeals from when the special permit was last issued, which was,
June 2005? Oh, that's when it was registered.
February 20th.
February 28th? Oh, okay, gotcha.
You don't remember that? You don't remember?
I do, but, you know, the years kind of go together, Jeff. You know, I'm not as young as I used to be. So I should, since I'm not sure if you...
We were so much younger then.
We were, and we're not searching for our words as I might be right now. Again, I'm Virginia Donahue King. I'm the acting chairman tonight. With me is Jeff Mullen and Emmanuel Alves.
Teresa Kelly.
Michael Kelly, 132 Whittier Road.
Okay?
Welcome.
Okay, would you like to tell us about your application and...
Some time ago, as you probably can see, we added an in-law apartment for my mother. My father passed away, I think it was in 2001. And my mother was unhappy living by herself at that point, so she moved in with us, and about a year after she moved in with us, we built this in-law apartment. Mark Breslin, who's a Milton resident and an architect, and my assistant Little League baseball coach did the design, and it came out very beautiful. It looks like it was always there.
And she's happy living there?
Very happy.
Good. So it has expired, and I assume that your neighbors are all in favor of the continuation of this? You're probably very fond of your mom at this stage of the game, huh?
They don't see as much of her at this point in time,
Yeah. But she's an important part of the neighborhood.
yes.
Good. Has anything changed?
No.
Has there's we have some conditions that we would have put into the
I was wondering about that. Have there been any changes in that bylaw since this, since '05?
I'm looking at it now, I don't think so.
I don't think
so
so,
either.
no. I don't recall any in town meeting. Yeah, we've established that that your mother is the person who is living in the apartment. Those boarders and lodgers, we know all of that. So it looks like everything is pretty much the same.
It is.
Anything you need to add?
No, my wife reminded me that maybe we're supposed to renew it or something. I said, well, I'll find out. And I consulted with Bill Clark, the planning director, and he said,
Yeah.
yeah, you're supposed to renew it. So
Right.
here we are.
Okay, so again, this seems like we don't have a lot to discuss here. Are there any questions from my fellow board members?
Waiting to see what Jeff finds, because I thought that 4-year period got extended. No,
I don't know.
it's not, okay.
It's 4 years here.
Yeah,
That means it would have expired a long time ago.
yeah, it expired in 2009.
It's all right?
We wouldn't put, what year did we have the original? Was it
5.
5? I was going to say 4.
Yeah.
It was 5.
Yeah. So really, what you probably just need to make an appointment every 4 years and come back. That's really what it looks like.
Yeah.
And do it,
I'm hoping we'll need to come back in 4 years.
Yeah, no, I think that's good.
And
Yeah,
do it
a couple more
before-
times, be good.
do it
3,
before
4.
it expires, so that you have
Why
the
just once,
opportunity to
Well, it's
actually...
86.
So it always stays temporary?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's got a 4-year shelf life.
Yeah, I
That's-
just, yeah,
Yep.
I didn't know.
So the intention behind the bylaw is really to limit it to the kind of situation that you're in, right? So, and I think town meeting expressed at the time that it was adopted, that they didn't want these to go too long-term, because then they get converted and, it becomes a little bit differently, So that's not the case here, obviously, but I think that was the
protect-
thinking
To protect the neighborhood.
behind it, yeah, yeah.
So it is worthwhile to come and have that done before it expires. It
Right.
makes it a whole lot easier.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It would have been,
Yeah.
it would have been
Bill
much
Clark?
more cost-effective as well.
That too, yes. So you didn't find anything on that, Jeff?
Why?
I didn't think
Why?
there was anything.
We had to pay like $275 to put an ad in the paper,
Oh, I see.
instead of just renewing the permit for what, $20 or something?
No, I don't know. Yeah, you may have to, yeah.
Oh,
You may
still
have
put
to
the-
anyways.
Still put the
Still,
ad
I
up?
think
Oh, even if we renewed on time, you have to put the ad
I
in?
think you gotta
For
be,
the
Oh, I didn't
neighbors?
realize that.
any action
We're gonna
this
do this
board
every
takes,
4 years.
you gotta give public
It's
notice.
like same time 4 years from now. It's like an election. So.
Were any of you guys on the board in 2005?
we all
Yes.
were.
Really?
It was on there?
I was on this one, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my name is
So-
on
Your
it.
name's on there.
I asked her,
So
she
I
remembered.
will be taking this one out of here, because been there, done that.
Fair enough.
So I think we can close the evidentiary portion of our, oh, whoops, we didn't ask. We can see, is there anybody here who would like to speak in favor of the application? There is nobody. How about anybody that has questions of the applicants or is against the application? There is nobody. Now we'll close the evidentiary portion. And see if we will vote to reissue the permit for this particular in-law apartment for this particular set of applicants and the applicant's mother. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? None. You've got it. So
Thank you.
again, I'll be working on this. You'll be getting it as soon as I finish it. You've heard about the appeal period. It's not like you're going to be kicking her out in the meantime or anything, so live well.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
We'll see you in 4 years.
Nice seeing you, Jeff.
Yeah.
For the next election.
You put it on your Outlook calendar.
Will you all still be here, just to make it easier for
It
us?
looks that way.
Bill's voice keeps running. Do I see you going that way or this way down
Either way.
Jet Nav? I usually see you down the
I'm
corner.
going to try to go both ways.
I gotta get off my bike or something. Thanks again.
Okay, see you later.
Take care.
This is full just in time to go fishing.
Well, how are you?
Client at 8 o'clock,
Yeah,
269.
we got 3 minutes before we get started anyhow.
Okay, yeah, she's here, she's here.
John Leonard would just be introducing the evidence. Ginny, it's just,
I like it.
Wheels of, the people's business is really being dispensed with swiftly and
Absolutely.
efficiently at town limits. I'm impressed.
Yeah, my notes were pretty
You
non-existent
don't
for
actually
this one.
remember that.
I do,
Do you really?
I do.
Interesting. So this guy lives directly across the street from John, you know?
Well, I figured that was the
Yeah.
reason
Yeah.
that I
John
was
was
sitting in
over
this chair and not John, yeah.
And now everyone in town knows.
Exactly.
Screaming. Probably shouldn't have disclosed that. Too funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
Is she on her way?
Yes, sit down there.
Oh, she's downstairs.
She's fine parking and
Oh, okay.
first time.
You know, it reminded me, I think it would be helpful if all the members got the updated zoning code. You know, because I know mine's a little out of date. Yeah. I think so. Well, whatever, you know.
I usually check the website, that one
You
seems
do?
to be
Well,
current.
good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one up.
Depends on if I'm here or elsewhere.
What's that?
I wouldn't mind having one for here to look things up like that, yeah. I used to bring mine, but it's a
Don't
little
go anywhere
dated now,
without
yeah.
that in my Thea nursery.
Carried that for too many years.
I know you did.
Where's my plot plan for this? Oh, here we go. Seems to be the night not to have anyone in the gallery, huh?
Yeah. It's a busy day in Milton. Maybe it's a lot of other things going on.
Okay. Again, I apologize about this cough. Okay, we've got 8:01. All ready? Okay. Calling to order the hearing, the 8 o'clock hearing upon the application of Tony Van Tran and Tina Knock Tran, dated August 24th, 2016, for variances from the terms of Section 6B3 and 6C1 of the Milton zoning bylaw. The applicants propose to build a 6 by 10 by 1-story mudroom on the front of the property and an 8 by 6 by 1-story mudroom on the right side of the single-family home located at 269 Granite Street in Milton. Section 6B3, front yards require that new buildings or new portions of buildings be set back a minimum of 20 feet from the front property when the applicant proposes to have 13.9 from the front property line. Section 6C1, side yards requires that new buildings or new portions of buildings be set back a minimum distance of 10 feet from the side property line when the applicants propose 7 feet from the side property line. The property is located in a Residence C zoning district. My name is Virginia Donahue King. I'm acting chairman tonight, and with me is Emmanuel Alves, board member, and board member Jeffrey Mullen. We have also in the file, we have the application to the Board of Appeals. We have, yes, Board of Appeals, we have the letter from our building inspector, Joe Prondak, explaining the reasons having to deny it. It's then followed by two pages of what the front of the house will look like after the proposed additions, and then a floor plan of the existing house with the proposed additions, as well as a plot plan with the proposed additions dated June 10th of 2016. So if you'd like to come up and state your name and address so that we can hear the hear it on the recording, we can get to work on this.
Hi, my name is Tuan, T-U-A-N. I'm a designer for whatever I did a drawing for that. And
Spell your name again?
Tuan, T-U-A-N.
And is that your first, last?
This is my first name, and my last name is N-G-U-Y-E-N.
When?
When?
We know that name.
Yeah, I live in Milton,
Yeah.
1248 Randolph Avenue, next to A. Thomas.
Okay, I go by your house a lot then.
Yep. And I'm here with my client, Tina. Want to state your name?
Yeah. My name is Tina Ngok Trang, and I'm the resident at 269 Rennick Ave. I did submit the application to wish to build the front enclosed small front porch.
Now, are you the builder or the architect or
I'm
just a
the
friend?
professional engineer.
The professional engineer, okay.
Yes. And I have a couple more detailed drawings, how existing and proposed look alike. I'd like to give it to you.
So what
So as is right now, the side porch is only 4x4. It's very narrow and very small. And my client have 2 kids, and they're really messy. So they would like to increase that so they can put their shoe and stuff, hanging clothes for them on the side. And last couple of years ago, I did the one next to it, the design of the front porch of landing.
Recall that?
Yep, so I tried to duplicate as much as I could to be the same.
I did notice when I drove by that it looked very similar to what was being proposed.
Yeah, so I did the one, that, and tried to duplicate, but because the configuration of her house, I think is the best thing, is to have a railing, open railing, just a fake railing for the architectural look of it, instead of the roof.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Because of the split entry. On this, the second page.
Oh, the second page, okay.
Yeah. As you can see, the fake railing around that entrance enclosure. Originally, we thought I'd talk about the roof, kind of a shed roof, but it's gonna lose the window, and we decided to go with the open railing. So I think it's much more architectural look that way.
It's not a deck, is it?
No, it's not a
It's
deck. It's
just-
just a fake. It's just
Sort of-
for the
okay.
for the aesthetic
Just
look.
ornamental.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Have you talked to your neighbors about this?
Yes.
And who have you talked to, and is the neighbor, probably the neighbor closest to your right-hand side is the most affected?
Actually, I spoke with a couple women who had children take the school bus with my daughter across the street. and their house, they have similar style, like the way he just built, drawn for me. I told them that I am going to have a hearing and I wish to build that. And they said, yeah, that would be nice for the kid. But the neighbor, if I stand inside the house, look outside, the right hand, I talk about that with them, and they said they're very proud that they had it done. The house looked more nicer, the neighbor looked beautiful, and it's very useful for the children because they don't bring the snow and water in the house. I spoke a little bit with the one on my left side, but they are new to my neighbor. They just moved in for a couple months. So we haven't get that close enough.
But they have had notice
Yes.
of this meeting, yeah. And your, if this were to be granted, it would be built substantially the same as the plans that have been entered into evidence?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Do you have any questions?
So the way that it works now with the porch, is the foundation exposed?
No, basically the foundation
In
gonna
in
be
the side, on the
on the
side?
side. We're gonna dig down 4 feet with a sonotube
Yeah?
and
Right. You're going to sit on the tubes?
sit on the
But you're not
tube.
going to cover the space between the bottom of the deck or the side entrance
We
and the
try to
ground?
leave exactly the way it used to be before.
And how is it now? Is
Exposed.
yeah, so you can see the foundation,
Yeah,
and you can see the foundation in the back as well.
yes.
So underneath the deck that this is going to connect to, is that storage under there?
No, it's just an open space.
Nothing's going on? Okay.
Shown on the,
Yeah, no, I see it, I just wonder what it's being used for.
yeah.
And there'll be a door in the back of the mudroom on the side?
There was a door, but
was a
it's
door.
empty inside. It's very small curve, nothing we can put inside.
Very narrow, no.
Yeah.
It's 4 by 4. It's-
But you're gonna, when you build this will be wider and longer, but it will still have a door so that you go through, when you walk into the side entrance,
Yeah.
you go up the stairs, walk through,
As you can see, existing has a door.
but then there'll be a door in the back too.
No, there's no door in the back.
Oh, so you're not connecting to the deck?
No,
That's a window?
There's
Now they have a small door,
small door in the back.
yeah.
So
You're gonna want a door there.
if you come up these steps to connect to the, what he's
Oh,
asking
you
is to
mean
get
the
to the...
front
de-
one?
Is there a door coming through, getting to the
Back.
deck?
Oh, yeah, we have the door, that's a safety door, fire safety, because my kitchen is there.
No, not the door going into the house, a door continuing. So
Right.
if you walked up the steps and you went straight, can you get to the deck?
Yes,
So there's another
There'll
door.
be two doors.
yeah, there's two
You
doors,
following that, right? Yeah.
yes.
I mean,
That's how it look like right now. Because when I'm at the kitchen, right here, this is my kitchen.
Yeah.
I go out, the door just touch the wall against the current deck now, very small like this.
yeah, okay.
I can go this way or I go to the deck.
Got it.
So there are two storm door.
There's another entrance onto the deck though from the house?
The door go here and then go around there, the way go down on the other side of the house.
Can you get into the house from the other side of the deck,
Yes,
when you're right in the back of the house?
yes. Like my house like this,
I see.
this is my kitchen.
Yeah,
This the deck go out, and then I cannot go out down this way, but I have to go around the deck and go down this way. So whoever on the back door can go up to the here and go to my son's room.
But you have a sliding door at your kitchen too, right?
Kitchen, no.
No, there's no.
The sliding door on my son's room.
But connect to the deck.
Yes.
There's another access to, yeah.
so this is I don't even think it matters that much, I'm just trying to visualize how it's gonna work.
Yeah, I didn't get into the house.
Yeah, no, I understand. So, I mean, it would be kind of nice to have that door in the back, right? So That you might lose a little bit of storage, I don't know, I mean,
It must be, have to be two egress on that.
maybe, yeah.
No, it has the door. Is I'm thinking the way how it was built before is for safety too. It's in case fire.
Yeah.
I can go this way
Whoa.
or the other way. Sorry, excuse me.
The whole town of Milton that's watching right now is
Okay, I'm
just,
sorry.
They woke up. They were falling asleep.
you're a star on cable television.
Okay.
Okay, so there will be another door, and that's how it's going to work. And the objective is to make it look as similar to what you have as before. And then when it gets finished, it's going to, and Ginny may have asked this, it'll have a uniform appearance. It'll, right? So it'll all be the same color?
Yeah, of course, yeah, had to match.
Is the
up
house being
existing.
painted, or what's going on with
Right
that?
now, there's a white siding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how do you plan to address that?
We're gonna do
Same.
the same.
Same, you're going to just match the existing?
Yes, sir.
But not re-side the house or anything like that?
No.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And the windows will be matched to and the shutters, and
Yeah.
you're not going to have shutters on the front, are you?
On that,
Be a little hard?
10 feet, you're talking about
Yeah.
3 feet on the stone door, and
But you're representing to us that this will be uniform in appearance to the balance of the house?
that's correct.
So that it will appear that this was original?
Yes.
That's your objective?
Yes.
Design objective, okay. I don't have any further questions. Sorry to get us off on a...
That's fine, that's fine. Danny,
No, yeah, you asked all the questions I had.
is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of the applicant's application? And there is no one. Is there anyone that would like to ask questions of the applicant or speak against the application? And again, there's nobody. So at this point, we're going to close the evidence portion of our hearing and deliberate on the merits of the application. Let's see. You look like you want to start.
I think it's terrific. I think it was terrifically done and well documented. And I know that there's a side encroachment here, but I actually think it makes the house look more attractive, certainly more functional. And as for the front, I would say the same. I think the house it's a simple but dramatic improvement that will be consistent with the neighborhood, and I think it's a well-prepared, presented application that deserves our support. So I'm going to vote in favor of it.
Thank you. Manny.
Couldn't have said it better. I agree.
Well, we're short and sweet tonight, and we're going to get out in 45 minutes. How about that? That's not why we're here. We're here to deliberate the merits and the not so great things about each and every application. But I will agree with my board members here that this sounds like a well thought out way of improving the house dramatically without changing a whole lot. So we are going to vote here and now. All those in favor of the application,
Aye.
say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
How old are your children, just out of curiosity?
12 and 9. They're very excited because I keep complaining that you guys bring snow and water in the house. I just clean, and then they say, I wish I want to have the same as the neighbor.
Everyone wants a mudroom. She's getting two.
Yeah. They have their own space to
Sorry, I
muddy
didn't
up.
know it's been recorded, and you know.
Well,
I love it
congratulations.
all.
It's going to take us a few weeks to get this written and circulated, signed amongst us. And then it will go to Susan Galvin, where there's a 20-day appeal period. So you can't pull the permits until that 20-day appeal period has been has passed. You'd also want to record this with the Norfolk County Registry of Deeds to make sure that when you sell the house, it's known that these additions are legal and authorized and they don't have to be pulled down, okay?
Thank you.
So, good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you
Congratulations.
very much. Have a good night.
Oh, and I should apologize. I was that car that you opened the door for as I was pulling away. I was just checking out everything this morning. That was me.
Do you see my front yard?
I did.
It's done by me. Every day I keep gas. Thank you.
When I'm sitting in front of the grand jury.
You prepared?
I want to talk, I was hoping